The fundamental goal, the first thing that we set out to establish, was a range of qualifications. There's 16 new qualifications that we've developed through this and associated training programs. We wanted a coherent infrastructure of quality providers. Shawcliffe have been working with us on training that helps support the transmission and distribution of energy, and especially new energies.
We run a construction and transport industry training company, these including a variety of short duration courses. Some of these that we've run now with EU Skills locating utility services. Some of these for small local utility companies.
We use the funding for extending the training to our operatives. The training basically was Cat and Jenny. They use that for sourcing any services that are in sites where there's excavation going to take place.
And this funding has allowed many companies, smaller companies, to be able to afford to put more than one employee onto the courses that they normally wouldn't have been allowed to financially.
Sectors are experts in health and safety, especially the development of behavioural safety culture.
We have a programme called Plus People. So what we've done is actually cut the programme down into modules. We have a module that's aimed at individuals. We have one that's aimed at people who are supervision, and one aimed at managers, and one aimed at leaders. When they're making better choices in health and safety, they're going to make better choices in everything else that they do. The work we've been doing locally as well is companies like Siemens and RWE and Vestas and Dong Energy. So we take people into a very practical arena. We've got 4 people working offshore now on wind turbines, on the servicing of them and major maintenance. And it's given us a chance to actually share with the local clients and their supply chain the expertise that we've been sharing nationally and internationally.
Behavioural safety is a critical part of what we do. A lot of our work is working at height. I was lucky enough to attend the training day. Setters approached us and also let us know about the funding that was available. It's helped us to mentor and coach our teams.
The programme hasn't really been accredited up until now, which obviously is of value to the organisations and particularly the supply chains, because they can go along to the clients and claim that they've got their people up to a level of coaching which is quite significant. So that's a byproduct we didn't quite expect, but it's a very useful one.
TSW, they've worked very closely with us to help establish the sector trainer qualification.
A 3-day program where they are taught all of the basics of how to deliver training, and then there's the 1 day then for people who've already been training, they've got some experience. Clients we've worked with range from Wales and West Utilities, Scottish and Southern Electric, GATC.
Our trainers and assessors are already very experienced and competent trainers within the industry, but that is our own internal measure. Because we've now passed through our own training and assessment with EU Skills, we are an accredited provider on the EU Skills provider list, and that will provide useful business to us in the future, and of course help us to maintain the standards in the industry.
Often the costs of some of this training and accreditation process is prohibitive. It helps when somebody else gives little guys a leg up, and that's what we want to do.
We've worked with Safety Technologies for a number of years.
The Working at Height training programme actually was particularly supportive for SMEs and private individuals wanting to get into this sector. It covers an introduction to the type of equipment they use, the sort of initial attachment systems, and a brief introduction to some climbing. As the course progresses, it covers more advanced aspects of climbing. It covers rescue. It will cover descents and lowering from height. As a growing industry, it's extremely important that they have standard training.
When we first heard about the trainer course, that was a big one for us because it's allowed us to put mentors in all our places of work.
As an assessor, I feel that I should develop myself as the sector developed itself also.
EU Skills have given great support to us. Financially, they also give us advice and guidance on other projects. So any money that comes in, we can utilise that and provide better provision for our candidates and involve employers more in the training process.
Through the project, we've worked very closely with HE as well, particularly Swansea University and the Low Carbon Research Institute located there. And through them, they've helped scope and develop and train people, upskilling them in energy generation technologies. And that's been funded through the West project.
At Swansea, we lead the work in energy from the sea, and as part of that, we're doing some training, a general introduction to sustainable forms of energy, wave power, different types of wave machines, tidal turbine technologies, how we do some of our experimental work and development of new technology.
We've been running pilot courses over the last 2 years. The last course was actually run for EU Skills. I think it was important to run these courses with the FE colleges to make sure that the green skills agenda is being sort of filtered down from sort of government level through HE colleges and then to FE colleges, and to make sure that that agenda is really disseminated well.
I attended the 2-day CPD training. Quite surprised what I got out of it and how much I could integrate into the deliveries that we're currently working on. And it certainly opened my eyes to large-scale energy production and how it's done and how much research, more importantly, is done into it before they actually roll it out.
Coincidentally, there's a project which is currently going through planning to build a tidal lagoon, which will be a world's first, but it is right outside our new campus. So it will be very exciting to be undertaking research and training in marine renewables with a brand new marine renewables project starting on our doorstep.
And we're working from youth employment, so trying to get people who maybe aren't in work at the moment, they're not in employment, education and training, and how we can give them career paths and access into the sector. And aligned to that was the ability to actually enable them to access funding, because lots of mainstream organisations don't deliver some of the training that our sector needs. The feedback I'm getting from participants, from providers and from employers, from the project, what they've really got out of it is it's given them confidence, it's given them new skills, and it's given them an opportunity to expand their business and their own careers within the energy sector, both within Wales and further afield. The infrastructure that we've started to create, now we can enhance that further to ensure we develop the workforce within Wales to meet the needs of the energy sector.